So, since I quit my job back in March, it gave me the opportunity to focus more on my goals that I have set aside that I did not give too much time, focus, or attention to because I was so busy and consumed with work. And then when I got off, I just did not have the energy to tend to it. So, this was the great opportunity for me to get a lot of my goals done and make progress in that. And one of my goals was completing a 90-day vegan diet. And listen, I was raw vegan diet. And I was so proud of myself because I was sitting here trying to ask other people to do the diet with me. And I just couldn't find that, partner to, do the diet with me. And so I was able to accomplish the diet by myself. And I was so proud because God kept asking me for years to do this diet. And it's just like, listen, okay. And what made it easier is like, since my body was still recovering, I wasn't having the appetite to eat as much anyway. So I figured this would be the perfect time for me to complete this diet. But besides that, like my primary focus was to get some type of income because again, I didn't properly save as I should. And then my mom, it's like she doesn't want to be that help and support, and I don't want to have to depend and rely on her. So the pressure was on for me to get some type of income going, money, things of that sort. Like my plans was to have a job at least by June, okay? But life just lifed apparently, and I considered doing like side jobs like Uber Eats or some type of delivery driver, like whatever. But I know how God works, and if God has taken me from a place and for me to go do something else defeats the whole purpose. And knowing how God works, some might just happen to my car all of a sudden, and then now I'm struggling with focusing on getting my car back up and running. And I just didn't want that. So I submitted to the situation that I was in, the circumstances that I was under. It's like God said, quit. Okay. He didn't say quit and get into something else. So I used it as the opportunity to just focus on my goals. And so another one of my goals was, selling herbal teas. I've been studying herbs for a very long time because again, I'm sitting here trying to figure out things and ways that I can naturally, holistically heal myself. And so I ended up cashing out my like 401k from my job and investing that into creating teas for people. And of course, I would test out my teas, have people experiment on my teas with certain issues that they were experiencing to verify and ensure that my teas work, because we can't be claiming something, my teas do something and they actually don't. We don't do that. That's false advertising. False marketing is like, I have to ensure that this is legit and it's going to do what it is targeted to do. And so I, invested a lot of money into creating, herbal teas and like having people try them out to ensure that it worked. And that was one of my goals that I accomplished, that I was doing. And I'm still, creating teas and things of that sort as well. Another goal that I was working on, God, God, he told me I wanted to write children books. Like I wrote them back in the past, but my roadblock that I always ran into was the illustration process. And so God told me to create my book in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I'm like, listen, like the illustrators, they want thousands of dollars and they need months to even accomplish and finish what I need them to finish. And God gave me 2 weeks. Listen, if there's a will, there's a way. So I'm doing so much research. The pressure is on. I'm like, okay, I'm about different systems and things that I can use. And I did use AI. Listen, I know they don't like that. Now, I didn't use AI to write my books. Of course, they can't. No. But for my illustrations, I definitely use AI. And I am proud and happy about my book. Okay, like we did that in 2 weeks. Literally, I figured out how to publish all that in 2 weeks, and to actually physically be able to hold it in my hands. Listen, I did that. Okay. I did that. And it's like once I was able to accomplish it and actually be able to hold it in my hand, it's like there's nothing that's going to be able to stop me. Like I'm going to be able to do it because I've already done it. And I feel like that was his test for me because that's what was stopping me before. It's like, well, I keep running into these roadblocks on how to illustrate it. So it's like, then I just kind of forget it. But he gave me a deadline. He gave me 2 weeks. And listen, when God say do something by a certain day, I'm going to ensure that I get it done. Okay, so I was very proud of myself to be able to even accomplish that because, man, pat on the back. So I did all that, I believe, before like May. And life just was life. And so there's another project that I've been working on, but I know that was going to take some time. I needed instant, money now. And unfortunately, no one bought my teas. Only a few people bought my book. And it's like, okay, that's fine. I'm not the greatest at marketing at all. Like with all this online stuff, I'm not the greatest at promoting myself. That's okay. We still working, but it's planting those seeds and still having it done and having that foundation. I'm still okay, proud of myself for what I've accomplished thus far, at least by what May. Pat on the back, girl.